1,000 kilometers an hour. You better not blink.
This is written on F-Zero GX's box art, a game notorious for its speed and difficulty is the focus of today's one-page review, the series where I review a game within a single page of my script. And with that said,
3, 2, 1, go!
F-Zero GX is the successor of F-Zero X for the Nintendo 64 and released on the 25th of July in Japan for the Nintendo GameCube with an arcade release following soon after. Developed not by Nintendo but actually by a Sega's division named Amusement Vision, which ironically closed shortly after GX was released. It's also the last 3D F-Zero game that has ever been released. However, with it being the last 3D game, it really breaks all limits. It's incredibly fast, insanely hard, and immensely beautiful. And keep in mind, this is a GameCube game. F-Zero GX has the basic steering and boosting from other F-Zero games, but GX also reworked a lot of the mechanics that originated in F-Zero X. The sliding and drifting are incredibly smooth and you need to master them pretty early on, otherwise you'll have a pretty hard time. Then you have the side and spin attack, and yes, you heard me right, in GX you can perform a side and spin attack, which can be used to kill the other racers. Doing this 5 times gains you an extra life. Wait, lives? Yep, F-Zero GX is not like any ordinary racing game. You fall off the track or lose all your energy, it's reset time. If all your lives are gone, it's game over and you have to start the whole cup from the beginning. Visually, it's absolute eye candy, especially for a GameCube game. With the many returning venues from older games like Mute City, Big Blue and Firefield, we have a whole lot of new venues exclusive to GX and AX, like Greenplant and Cosmo Terminal. Each of these venues features a pretty expansive and detailed landscape. From Aeropolis' massive buildings to Sand Ocean's vast and expansive desert, you've got so much to look at during each race. Also, can we talk about how cool some of the animations are? The amount of detail, even in the background, is insanely cool. GX also has its own story mode with its own tracks and even some unique venues to it. Roughly, it's about Falcon training to win the Grand Prix, and before said Grand Prix, he participates in bad races and casually escapes an exploding power plant. After the GP, he races a guy in literal hell, and then the creators of the universe themselves. Thank you, Sega. Very cool. That said, it's insanely hard, and don't even get me started on Chapter 7. Yeah. You know what you are, now get back in the corner. My personal favorite here has to be Chapter 4 though, since it's basically F-Zero GX's version of the death race in F-Zero X. You just have to kill the other racers. Whee! There's also a lot of extra content and insane amounts of customization. Extra songs from Mute City and Big Blue, custom scenes and oh god, character movies. Oh god, please no! Don't get me wrong, they are pretty cool, but yeah. A lot of the extra content is pretty hard to unlock, however. For example, the character movies need to be unlocked through beating the cops on Master Mode with the respecting character. And the AX machines and racers need to be unlocked by either beating the story mode on the highest difficulty or by unlocking it through the arcade version with a memory card inside it. Arcade version? Yeah, that's right, F-Zero GX had an arcade counterpart, F-Zero AX. You know, arcades, these public places where you could play games at these huge machines? Yeah, that. F-Zero X featured 2 types of machines, the normal deluxe cabinet, which moves according to your movement in the game, and the monster machine, which was suspended in the air and allowed even more movement. Both versions feature similar content to F-Zero GX, with AX having a time limit in races, different lap count on some tracks, and less machines to choose from, and only 1 game per ticket. The most notable feature here is the connectivity between the two, where you can unlock content in GX by playing X and having your memory card inside the machine. And all I said here is just barely touching the surface of all the content this game has to offer, which is the downside of making a review like this. But all in all, if you have a GameCube or a Wii that can play GameCube games, and the chance to play this game, grab the game and show me your moves!